welcome back. It's Saturday afternoon, and the Saturday after the Friday that was Storm Eunice. Up here in Anglesey we kind of got the middle bit, so we've been really lucky for a change. In fact, the last couple of storms have seemed to have either gone up to the north of us or down south of us like yesterday. So weather's looking particularly crap again tomorrow, so I thought I'd take the Peugeot down the road for a bit of a spin, because we're getting some serious withdrawal symptoms. So I've been down the road, it's covered in mud and crud, so just about giving it a wash. It's already had a rinse, so gonna give it a wash. Catch up with you in a minute. Well, that's it cleaned and washed and chamoised. Not looking too bad actually. Happy days. Afternoon, welcome back. Pretty uneventful week really with the project. Well, project's finished pretty much, but drove it to work, back home, and a bit of a road trip yesterday. I found out a bit of a peculiar problem with the idle when it's warm. Lovely and smooth at the minute on a cold idle take over, lovely and smooth, but when it warms up, every now and again, when I get to a junction or the idle just drops off, and if I'm not careful and quick on the throttle to blip it, the engine will stop. It'll start straight away again, no issues. But it's a bit of a weird one. The idle wasn't great on it when I first got the car, but I balanced the butterflies and the air correctors, and it's completely lovely and smooth. But it dies down every now and again. So I'm not sure whether the fuel pressure regulator isn't playing ball occasionally, or whether it's the throttle position sensor. So what I'm going to do is connect the ECU up to the computer and see what's happening in the live data from the TPS, because every now and again it just drops completely down and picks up again, or it just completely stops. So I'm not quite sure what's cooking with it. So it's quite an annoying problem. You open the taps, she shoots out of there. She's no issues. But it's on the idle. It's a bit of a weird one. So I'll go and get the laptop and connect it up and see what's going on. See you in a minute. So just gone to connect the laptop in the car to the ECU, and lo and behold, bloody Microsoft update. So the battery was pretty flat, so I had to connect it up give it a quick charge. So yeah, it's less than convenient. So let's fire it all up now. So basically it's this symbol here, DTAS fast. Wait for it to load up. This computer's a little bit slow, it's getting long in the tooth now. I did a Windows update, and by the time I'd realised it was too late to roll it back to Windows 7, so it completely killed any kind of performance it had. So loading up. Click that on there. Let's hope I don't have to reconfigure the COM port. So let's get that there. It worked last time. Stay the way it's going, it probably won't. So plug it in to DTA port, switch the ignition on. It's doing something. It's doing something. Come on. Crack on, come on. Oh dear, it's all a bit slow, isn't it? Let's do it. Oh. It's loading up everything except for what I need it to at the minute, so hard drive's working its tits off, so it's doing something. Okay, after what seems an eternity, we're in, and got everything displayed. We've got Lambda live on, Lambda here active, obviously no readings because it's not running a Lambda sensor, it's only running a crank sensor and a throttle position sensor. Let's see what's happening. That's interesting. The throttle gauge flashes up red occasionally, so that means to me that there's an issue with the throttle position sensor. Real-time mapping, so look, it's not that one. Data log, real-time info. Real-time chart, is that the one? Right, okay, so TPS is yellow, so there's just one spike. So let's get rid of Lambda. TPS is yellow and it's spiking, so it's feeling a bit heavy. So I think based on my previous experience with the S40 ECU, that because it's not getting a signal, I don't think it's getting a signal from the ECU, therefore there's no constant yellow line that I can see. So water temp, map sensor, TPS, RPM, so I can't see, there's no it's starting to dip now a little bit. So I'm thinking, so you can hear it dipping down. There's no continuous yellow line except for that bit there. So let me just switch it off so I don't. So yeah, could be a faulty throttle position sensor. Certainly, with the way that's looking, so you've got a yellow line, there's nothing, and it only goes up when I rev. So it smells like it's overfueling. And you know, like I was saying, just about to say earlier, from the ECU stuff, the learning I did with the 205, the red 205 with. From what I gather, if it doesn't pick up from a throttle position sensor, it purely runs then on the crank sensor, and I think it goes up to like a 90% fueling, and then the fueling goes with the engine speed. So I think what's possibly causing the issue here is a knackered TPS. Yeah, what I'll do is we'll ask on the groups as to what they think is whether this is a factor or not. But when you open the tap, it goes. Right? There's no issues. Yeah, it's it can't be anything major, but definitely the throttle position sensor should be, as far as I'm concerned, a constant yellow line on the bottom, showing that it's working at all times, and especially with the red RPM or throttle position gauge on the screen here. It was flashing red occasionally. I'll have to look into that at a bit more detail. So that's pretty much it for this week. I know it's not, the content is dropping off. It's been really busy through all directions really. I'm gonna try my best to keep the content coming every Sunday. Sometimes it'll be a bit sparse, sometimes there'll be a bit more to it. So the next episode, hopefully I'll be fitting the air filter, base plate and the air filter, and I'll be taking it from there. So that'll be the penultimate job in the engine bay. I'm also going to order today from Baker BM the engine decal kit, which will finish at the end of the bonnet off. So so yeah, to everybody who's continuing to subscribe and following the channel, thumbs upping the videos, thanks very much, it's much appreciated. And stay safe everyone, and I will see you soon. Take it easy.